Hey everyone, how you doing? Hurst Quayzar here. You're in Quayzar's Customs, and today we're going to do something just a little bit different. Today is just going to be a tribute build. How's that? It's just going to be a tribute build. And why a tribute build? Well, this week we lost a phenomenal guitar player, Edward Van Halen. Unfortunately, we lost him to throat cancer at the young age of 65. And I do say the young age of 65 just because, I mean, these days, 65 years old is not that old. I mean, come on. Sad to hear it. Was it unexpected? No, because he had been battling this for quite some time, unfortunately. For those of you who don't know who Edward Van Halen is, please, by all means, Google him and check out some of his guitar work, because you will be surprised at some of the stuff that he has done. He actually was very innovative in the way he played guitar. When he was younger, he would tear apart guitars and just throw them all together to get that unique sound that he had. And he was just awesome at doing that. Few people do know, though, that in the very beginning, his brother Alex was the one that was playing guitar, and Edward Van Halen was actually playing the drums at one point in their early careers. And I think the story goes something like Alex decided to pick up Eddie's drums and start beating on them, and Eddie said, well, if you're going to play my drums, I'm going to play your guitar. And, well, the rest was history. So, you know, and at one point in an interview, Alex did say, I don't think that he ever saw Eddie without a guitar strapped to his side. And he chuckled and said, well, he hadn't been in the shower with him either, but he wasn't sure that that wasn't always the case either, because the guitar was always next to Eddie's side. Eddie's always said that, you know, the music was always what it was all about. It was what it was. It was just, that's what he lived for, was for the music. So even though this is like part of the movie cars set that we have going on here, I guess I could spin it for the movie cars, right? This is a tribute truck to Eddie Van Halen. Eddie Van Halen, what movie was Eddie Van Halen in? He wasn't personally in one, but what music was he in? What movie did his music find its way into? Do you know? We did do a movie car. We have done a movie car of it, so if you think of it, I'll let you know a little bit later, so keep watching. Alright, let's see here. We got, we'll do our thing here and get ourselves a shopping list going. I got to see Van Halen twice, and both times were with Sammy Hagar. A lot of people, there's always that debate, who was better, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar. And I believe they were probably both great in the day that they were in the band. I mean, they were probably the best they could be for the time they were in a band. I am, no doubt, a Sammy Hagar fan. Yeah, no doubt, hands down, I just like Sammy Hagar. I always have, from the days of Montrose into his solo career. I'm just, hands down, I like Sammy Hagar. So it's kind of hard for me to say that David was better than Sammy, because I liked Sammy. I mean, come on. It was, like I said, hands down, probably. He really took them to a different level, if that's probably the best way to put it. He really did, because he brought to the band another guitar, right, and a singing style that was unlike anybody at the time. Seriously. So I think they really took off with the band. And there was always that stigma from David Lee Roth that, Eddie Van Halen was this guitar king, right? And he hated absolutely hated the fact that Eddie wanted to do anything on the organ or keyboards, anything like that. He absolutely hated it. Unfortunately, you know, I mean, it's really unfortunate. These are 17s. The 17s fit up there pretty good. Yeah, we're gonna dub it out a little bit here. We're gonna go 18s. On this, what I want to do is I want to go with a set of 18s, and I want to go. I did want to go with those, but man, those are shiny. I think I will go with these, but I want to go. Man, those are the ones I really wanted to go with too. Baby Moons would have been a good choice for this as well. Okay, I guess we will stick with what I was going to go with in the first place, and it will be these chrome, like Quayzar SS looking things. So we're going to go with the two of these at an 18 is what we're going to do. What was the size of those rear tires? 305, 35. So we were going to do that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with these. We're going to go with two of these, 18. We will go with the 305 on the back. Sure, why not? And we'll go with 35. That's fine. I kind of dub this out a little bit. These wheels kind of remind me of the Quayzar SSTs, I believe they were called SSTs. That's what they remind me of anyway. We're going to go with a set of those on the rear. We forgot to pick up the fuel tank. As always, fuel. So we'll grab that. And hop over here to the power boost shop. And of course, get the fuel pump as well. I have already built an engine for this truck in preparation for tonight. I was doing a few things before I hit the record button, and you'll see what I've been doing, what I've been working on here in a few seconds. So hang tight, keep watching. So of all the Van Halen songs, this will be the question put out to you all. There is no wrong answer. Let me just preface that, and there's no need to get into an argument. Who do you think was better for Van Halen, David Lee Roth or Sammy Hagar? I will tell you up front, my vote was Sammy Hagar, just because he brought another musical element to the band, and that's totally my opinion. But I can see how Diamond Dave brought this showmanship to the band. You know, to me, Dave was always a showman. He was always kind of that flamboyant Las Vegas. Oh man, I don't have any cylinders. Okay. Shoot, what the heck did I do there? I screwed the pooch. Alright, let's try that from the beginning. But yeah, David Lee Roth brought about the showmanship, and was always he always seemed like a Las Vegas kind of dude. You know, he was always just had that flair to him. Now, was that 305? Is that going to be? Yeah, I probably could have gone a little wider, but I like that. That's pretty cool. Let's go grab this other wheel. So yeah, even though I never had a chance to see Van Halen with David Lee Roth, I did see him with Sammy Hagar, and I really I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that back in the day we had VHS tapes, and I bought. It was basically a biography of how Sammy and Van Halen had gotten together, and it was basically, you know, David left the band, and somehow Eddie was talking to his manager, or talking to a bartender or something. I don't even remember how the story goes, but they had mentioned that um, you know, Sammy's car had just broke down or something. For some reason, it was like both of them. It was like the worlds collided. You know, they're both their cars had broke down at the same time, and so he said, "Why don't you give Sammy a call?" Because it just seemed like it was one of those things to do, right? So he gives Sammy a call, and Sammy came in, and they did the. Oh shoot! Did you see that? I did not put that. There we go. That'll help. So he gave him a call, and Sammy and NVidia said they tried to do a business meeting, right? So it wasn't really going that well. So they just started. He says, "Hey, let's leave the table. Let's just go start jamming. See how the band gels." And they started jamming, and Eddie Van Halen was just blown away by Sammy, because Sammy would take Eddie's music and just put lyrics to it just out of the blue and just roll with it, right? And Eddie was always blown away by that. And Sammy was always a good lyricist, and Sammy will say, if we watch any of the videos, Sammy will say Eddie was he was awesome on guitar. He was truly a musician of musicians, and he loved the fact that he was in the band. He really did. Even though there had been times where he'd said, that he didn't understand why he was ousted from the band. I think it all boiled down to Eddie really loved to be on the road. He was he was a musician. He loved to be out there. He loved to entertain. He loved the music. So when chances came about for him to go out and play, he went out and played, right? And his music was everywhere. Like I was saying, he was in a movie. I don't know which one it is yet. I'll tell you in a few. Michael Jackson. It was in Michael Jackson's "Beat It" song. So if you were to listen to "Beat It" and you hear that familiar guitar tune, that is Eddie Van Halen. I mean, no one can emulate what he could do with a guitar. I mean, people do try, but they just cannot hit the way he hit, right? It's just the way it is. So when it came to the Michael Jackson song "Beat It," I had read an article where they had Eddie had actually done, like, I think it was like something somewhere to the tune of 20 minutes worth of guitar licks, right? And the producer had to pare it down to what you hear on the radio and in the song. Absolutely ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous. They said there was so much material they didn't know what to do with. Wild, huh? Just absolutely wild. Okay, breaks here. Let's see what we got here. I know I've kind of screwed the pooch up on this a little bit. I need two of those, and two of those. Okay, so we got that all done. Let's go ahead and start putting this together. Inventory. Oh nope, I want to clear this. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Jump into the inventory. What do we need here? Need a cover. B. 2 tie rods. Inner and outer. Your rubber bushings, of course. B links. Bearings and caps. Not a big deal. That is pretty much what we thought we were going to use. As far as front tires, what are our front tires at? I think they were... whoa, wait a minute. These are 20s? Wait a minute. You know what? Maybe I read that wrong. I thought... Okay, this is... Okay. I don't know what I did here. but I'm going 20s. I am going flat up 20s. Let's go 20s, right? That's how I want it to go. That's what I thought I could stick up underneath there in the first place, but okay, so on the back I'm going to go with the 20. We're going to go with the 305 on the back. Go with a 35 profile. On the front, we're going to go 2. We're going to go 20. I'm going to go with a, we'll go with a 295 with a 35 profile. There we go. That should about suffice for that. So let's start putting these things together one by one. Spring done. Let's start putting this. Let's hang on. Hang on. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Yeah, they're 20s. I don't know where I got. Oh, probably because 18s. I have no idea. I don't know where I come up with that craziness at. But yeah, that's not going to happen. We're going to full on out 20s on this bad boy. It deserves it. All right, let's build this puppy all back together. Oh, what? I didn't go shopping, did I? I got so sidetracked with everything. What do you mean there's no items to work with? I just got two 20-inch rims. Oh, I need 2 more rims, I guess. Wow, how did I do that? Right, because I thought I was going to go 19s on the front. That's probably why. That's probably why, but we'll stick with the 20s. I still have to go shopping. Okay, let's go shopping here. I believe I've got everything I need right here, right? Alright, so we need suspension front axle knuckle cover, right? Front sway bar B. Right, inner and outers. Rubber bushings times 12. B-links, wheel hubs, and cap. Alright, got all that. Alright, let's see what these beasties will look like here. 305/20s. That looks a little bit better. That looks a little bit better. Get that all going. Now let's see if I can get something going here. Jeez. Forget to go shopping and everything else. Holy guacamole. Actually, I take that back. Eddie's music was in a couple of movies. I was thinking only one. I know of another one. And I wish one of the modders out there would take a 1967 Camaro and mod it for me. I loved the movie. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? Do you know what movie I'm talking about? Okay, for the first one I'm talking about, I'll let you in. I'll let you in on the first one. The first one was Back to the Future. Remember? Marty McFly had went to his dad when he went back in time. He went to his dad to convince him to ask his mom out for a date, right? And the only way to convince him of that is he knew that his dad was into, space people. And because he had this radioactive suit and everything in the DeLorean, he went and grabbed it, and he grabbed a cassette tape, and the cassette tape said on it, Eddie Van Halen. Now, it did not say Van Halen on it. Why, you may ask? Simple question, why? It's because the band itself would not release its name. I think, you know, between the brothers Van Halen, I don't know how that works out, but even Sammy had alluded to it in one of the interviews. They wouldn't release the name to be used in the movie. So Eddie Van Halen put together a few licks and submitted it for the movie. So when you see Marty McFly all dressed up in his spacesuit, and he sneaks into his dad's place and he puts the headphones on and he hits the play button on his cassette player of all things. Yes, cassette player. Do you remember those? Yeah, that was the biggest thing after albums. And it blasts Eddie Van Halen's guitar riffs. Yeah, that was in the movie. Now, can you think of the other movie? I wonder if you can. Do you know it? Now these 20s worked out okay on that, yeah. Okay, do I have everything here? No. Nope, I'm missing a bushing back here. And I think I'm missing some stuff over here on this side. Oh heck yeah, I'm missing a whole inner and outer tie rod. Holy smokes. Do I have... Yep, 205, those are both the... Oh, I've messed up. So I've got an 18 on one side and a 20 on the other. Okay, so let's take a look here. I think the 18s look better, to be quite honest with you. And this is the 20, so I am taking the 20 off. I'm going to put the 18 on. Okay, so the 20, I really think, is that the 20 or the, I have 18, 20, yeah, I've got 18s on that bad boy right now, so. Oh, wait a minute, I think I'm backwards here. I swear this looks ridiculous, hang on. Front wheels have different sizes, yeah. Okay, so what's the odd duck I got off here? That's the 20. So I went to 305.20 on the back. And let's put the 18s on the front, I think. It's 295.20. Will it go down? Yes, it will go down, and look at that. Oh, look at the stance on that thing. Absolutely awesome. Let's yank this engine out of there, because we are not going to use it. Drain the oil. There was oil in this thing? Holy cow. That's a first. Hey, it looks like good oil too. Holy cow. Alright, lower you back down. Motor out. And then let's strip this thing down to nothing here. See what we can repair. Probably not a whole lot. Okay. So have you thought of the other movie yet? Now, I know, now that I think about it, I'd have to probably look it up to make sure it was Eddie Van Halen's music. I mean, it could have been, or maybe it wasn't. Who knows, right? I mean, it could have been. I'm not entirely sure at this point now. So I'm kind of afraid to say. But what I thought it was a movie called Better Off Dead. Do you remember the movie Better Off Dead? Better Off Dead is a freaking classic, man. You've got to see it. So when he's got a job, right? He's doing the burgers. That is the music I was talking about. I am sure. I don't have a fender for that. Make sure I've got all my pieces here. Ooh, that door is shut, brother. I like this color. Too bad I'm not going to keep it. Okay, so I've got quite a few pieces to get. All right, well, let's jump in here. Let's go into the interior shop because we're going to pick up some seats here. We're going to probably stick with what we had in there, which was these leather bad boys, I think. But I think we're going to do a little more, something a little classier. Let's go 2 of those actually, and we're going to stick with a. I like the steering wheel that came out of it, so I think we're going to stick with that as well. This custom steering wheel right here. So we've got that. We're going to go back out here, go into the car's body shop. So yeah, after I get done with this video, I'm going to have to jump in and see if that was actually his music in Better Off Dead. The animated hamburger. Check it out. Animated hamburger. That's all you need to know. Yeah. C10. I think I can get all the pieces from the C10. Yes, I can get all the pieces from the C10. Stock. I need that fender, that door. I want those windows. I want that window. I think I'm going to put the fake airbag system back there. We already got a hood. Get the regular stock. You know, I'm going to go with those mirrors. I don't know which taillights I need, but I'm going to go with one of those. Stock rear bumper, I believe. Just looking at the tailgate. Let's get the plain tailgate. Wait a minute. Maybe these are the windows I'm thinking of. No, man, I don't think they are. I got too far. I went a little too crazy. Hang on. Back up the train. That's the front window. Where's the dark window? Okay. Now, do I want to put a chopper in the back of it or not? I don't think so. Front bumper. Front bumper stock. I've got the stock front end. Is there something else I'm missing from this? I thought there was like a body part or something I needed to throw into there. Fulysic has this great way of building these things. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's that. Okay, we got it in there. All right, so we're good with that. We're good with that. All right, so go with that. I'm gonna go with some custom windows, custom. I am thinking I have screwed up here. Because these windows. Okay, so let's dive back in here. I want like stock doors with tinted. Stock tinted. There we go. Stock tinted. There we go. That's what I wanted. I knew there was something in there. I wanted the tinted windows. Not those, you silly dingbat. How I'm getting a mirror on there without the door is beyond me. That's alright. There. Kind of ghosted it, but that's okay. Back window. Dark. It was dark, right? Doing that. Window. We're going to go with the custom side mirrors on this. Custom headlights. I think we've got all that. I think I want to take this Chevrolet off. I'm going to add the stock bumper, tail light. I'm going to go with a plain tailgate on this. Where are we at? Standing still here. Global body parts. Left body window, front and left body window. Okay, so back here, it needs to have something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this airbag system, what looks like the airbag system back there. Let's pop the top on here. Let's take care of the underneath. Yeah, as I've stated before, it's it's a great loss. I mean, and remarkably, when all this went down, when Twitter was on fire, I want to say that David Lee Roth wasn't anywhere to be found. I don't know what happened to him, but he did come around and said something about it was a great ride or something like that. Really, not what I was expecting from David Lee Roth. But then again, it's David Lee Roth, so it's unfortunate. Just saw a video of Michael Anthony, and oh, that is about as bad as you can get it on that. Michael Anthony and Sammy Hagar paying tribute to Eddie. I truly think there should have been something more between Eddie and Sammy. They were great musically together. Just it was a shame that it got torn apart. And all the stories that you hear, who knows what's true, right? Sammy says something, Eddie says something. Who knows? It's probably a little bit of truth in everything. I think Eddie had said that Sammy didn't want to work, didn't want to get on the road, and Sammy did say, in not so many words, that you're right. I did not want to get on the road because I think he had just had his new daughter. Daughter was just born. He was down in Mexico. His tequila business was starting to take off. Oh, guess what I forgot to do. So I mean, he was being really busy. And Eddie had called him up and said, "Hey, we got this gig. We got a movie um, a movie to do. That's a third movie. Think about that. The third movie. What's the third movie? They had to do a soundtrack to a movie. Van Halen did a soundtrack to a movie. Which movie was it? Well, anyway, for that movie, Sammy had to fly back into LA to do this. And if you watch the video, Sammy in an interview said that, you know, he puts everything he has into a music video. He screams at the top of his lungs, you know, during a video. He actually, you know, does do the singing in the videos. He doesn't just lip sync. And he said that Eddie was, you know, pretty much the same way as far as guitar playing, right? Eddie would play the riffs as if he is actually playing the riffs. You know, there was no faking it with those two. So it was great to hear that. During the video, you will see that Eddie Van Halen had broke a string on his guitar during the video. And you'll see it flailing around. And Sammy said he almost lost his voice because there were so many takes doing the video. But they did the song, they did the video, and he basically said, you know, okay, I'm heading back to Mexico. My wife and daughter need me. And he said he basically got a call later and said, don't bother coming back. I mean, what is that all about, right? Seriously. I want to go back and see my family, and you're telling me not to bother coming back. Wow. That's kind of a, to me, that's a shot. That's a shot right there. But like I said, I don't know how much of a truth there is to that, right? I have no idea. Let's see here. We done with this? Alright, 91% on the body. Have we got all the body parts? Front and rear license plate. Alright, so this is the deal right here. This is what it all comes down to. Is just being able to do this. California. Nothing more than EVH. Back when he was younger, when he started dating Valerie Bertinelli, I just thought it was the best thing because, you know, I'm a big Valerie Bertinelli fan. Seriously. My wife jokes me all the time that, you know, it's my girl, my sweetheart, whatever. She was adorable in her younger years. What can I say? Alright, so we're going to take this over to the dyno shop. As I said, this is Fulysic C10. And I thought this was kind of appropriate. If you look online, Eddie Van Halen had a couple of nice cars, but they were 56. It was a 56 Bel Air and a 56 Nomad. Both awesome looking cars. And he had a truck. Couple of trucks, actually. I don't know if it was the same truck or if it was two different trucks. But one of the trucks was painted his signature red and white. Red white stripes with some of the black stripes on it. You know, he started off with the red and white stripes, but then he went with the black stripes, right? So he added a few black stripes onto it, I believe, at one point. So we are definitely going to go with a 50%, we'll go 75% red on this. That looks pretty cool, right? And let's throw a livery on it. Yeah, you're looking at it right. Thanks to Ryan Peterson, this truck has a livery. And not just any livery, but we are talking an Eddie Van Halen tribute livery. Check this bad boy out. Alright, what can you expect? Stripes everywhere. It's looking awesome. Gotta love it, right? Eddie Van Halen. You even got the Eddie Van Halen or the Van Halen sign up front. Just awesome. And we're not going to stop there, boys and girls, because Ryan had put together these liveries for me. he does have one for this as well, and I actually took it and I tweaked it. Right there it is. So there we have it, the ultimate tribute to the main man of guitars, Eddie Van Halen. We're at 1966 C10 of Fulysic. And actually what we could probably do is take that off. That doesn't look too good on there. We'll take those off. We'll go paint those. Yep. Paint. There we go. That should suffice right there. Here we go. That looks a whole lot better right there. Oh, I didn't want those. So there we have it. Tribute to Eddie Van Halen. 66 C10. And right over here, 1970 C10. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the tribute to Eddie Van Halen. May he rest in peace to a guitar god that will always be, that just actually in my lifetime will probably be the only guitar player that should ever grace this earth. He was awesome. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Keep customizing out there. Peace out. Ryan, great job on these liveries. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.